Do your massive goals sometimes overwhelm you? Does the sheer thought of how far you still have to go sometimes drive you crazy and keep you up at night? Do you sometimes stay up all night thinking about all that you wish to achieve and wondering how you're ever going to get there? Well, first off, these aren't necessarily bad things.
That's good.
It is?
Because it indicates to me how motivated you are, and I want you guys to reach as far as you can. I want you guys to reach beyond your wildest dreams. I want you guys to all be able to experience the fullest of your potential as I'm going forward with my own life and with my own dreams. So having these massive goals is obviously amazing. But losing sleep over them, driving yourself crazy, pushing beyond your current limits and getting hurt, or overstressing yourself out, those things aren't going to get you there any faster, and they're not going to get you any closer to your goals. Those things aren't productive and they're not going to help anyone. From my own experience, I'm going to try to put all of our minds at a bit of ease on this long road, on the journey. So come along for the ride as I give you guys a goal setting formula that's going to recharge you and get you back on track. So let's get to the video now. What's happening, fam? Jared Weiss back here with another video on the Jared and James channel. If you guys didn't know, that must mean that you're not subscribed to the channel, so you know what to do. Smash the subscribe button, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, let me know what you guys think of this video. Check out my content everywhere. I post regularly on every platform, so follow me wherever you listen to content. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys an incredible formula for outlining your goals, getting you on track, helping to ease your minds, get the ball rolling or keep it rolling. I was thinking recently about all of my journeys that I'm on, all my massive goals I'm on, and every so often, when I think about the magnitude of everything that I'm trying to accomplish, it can be very overwhelming. And so this actually brought me back to something that I actually learned from this online basketball training program that I had done a while back from Taylor Allen. And in this program, he spoke about the idea of setting knockout goals, process goals, short-term goals, and long-term goals. And when I thought back to this a few nights ago, it actually put my mind at ease a little bit.
Inner peace.
And reminded me of this incredible path I'm on, and I was able to add my own twist to it. So I'm going to share with you guys what went through my mind in this video right now. As I mentioned, there were 4 different types of goals that are important to be setting, but we're going to be focusing on the 3 main ones as I see it: knockout goals, short-term goals, and long-term goals. But before we get to that, it's actually first important to remember what tasks are within our control and which ones are outside of our control or beyond our control. For instance, when it comes to, in my own case, with many of the journeys I'm on, whether it be my healing journey from all my major health issues, whether it be my dunk journey and all of my athletic goals, whether it be my book that I'm writing, whether it be my social media journey I'm on, including all my videos and my podcasts. And I do believe there is definitely an element within each of them that actually connects them all, such as building me up into my highest self. All these journeys take a lot of time, take a lot of effort, and take a lot of little tasks done well every day, consistently over and over again, and of course making adjustments along the way. But for instance, when it comes to my healing journey, I don't have control over how long it takes for me to ultimately get to perfect health. I don't have control over exactly precisely how I feel on any given day, but what I do control over is the actions that I'm going to take in order to ultimately get me to where I want to go. So this could be something as simple as eating the right foods for me. It could be getting enough sleep. It could be doing the right detoxing tools and supplements that I need. It could be getting out in nature enough. It could be part of my spiritual journey. It could be part of the spiritual aspects, which could mean seeing friends when I need them. It could be talking to people, connecting with people, connecting with nature. So all these things are going to be tied into more of the knockout goals. These are the goals that you need to be doing every day that are going to get you to those short and long-term goals. Same thing when it comes to my dunk journey. I don't have direct control over whether I get that first dunk tomorrow or whether I get it 5 years from now.
Any day, Squidward.
But what I do have control over is every workout that I'm doing that's going to get me there. So this could mean my weightlifting, this could mean my sprint workouts, this could mean my basketball workouts, my low rim dunk session workouts. And this also ties into my health with getting enough sleep, eating the right foods, fueling my body properly. Same thing when it comes to my podcasting journey. Even though I obviously want to have 1 million subscribers, I don't have control over who subscribes, but I do have control over what content I'm putting out every day. I have control over what message I'm putting out into the world. I have control over which guests I try to get on the podcast, or whatever video ideas I'm creating. And so what daily tasks are going to get me to that goal of 1 million subscribers, or whatever it might be for you? That can mean posting daily to every platform. That could be making enough YouTube shorts. That can mean writing to people to schedule them in on podcasts. Tying this all together, the knockout goals are going to be the goals that you need to be doing consistently with enough effort, give them enough time, and eventually those tasks are going to add up, and those are going to become your short-term and long-term goals being achieved. But remember, there are aspects that aren't in your control no matter how hard you try, and it's important to let up those aspects to God and the universe, as I've learned, because as I've said in here numerous times in the past, the harder that you try to force things to happen before they're ready or before they're meant to.
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
You're gonna end up getting hurt, you're gonna end up paying for it, and there's gonna be consequences to those actions. So it's ultra important to remember and outline which aspects are under your control and which ones are out of your control no matter how hard you try, because this is going to help you to not stress so much over everything, over all the massive goals. You can choose to focus on the little tasks and not have to worry so much about the time it takes, about whether this goal is within your reach or not, because you know that by adding up all the daily little tasks, those are going to become the actions that separate you from everyone else who's just trying to do it all at once.
Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the difference between winning and losing.
And those actions are going to pay off. Next up, we have the short-term goals. So this could mean something such as when it comes to my weightlifting numbers or my dunk journey.
You might think you lift, but do you even?
This can mean something like, so as of right now, currently, when I'm filming this video, like, this definitely could change by the time this video comes out, but anyways, as of right now, my current power clean PR is 225 pounds. My current back squat PR is 335 pounds. So short-term goals could mean 230 pound power clean and 340 pound back squat. So now, how do I reach those goals? By doing the knockout goals, by completing those tasks every day. By breaking things off into smaller pieces, it becomes easier to achieve in your mind, and it becomes easier to visualize and easier to see those dreams becoming reality. Even though the massive goal might be to have a 45-inch vertical jump or a 400 pound back squat, you don't get there by breaking off a massive piece all at once. You get there by taking little chunks out every day, taking one bite. You don't bite into the whole jawbreaker all at once. You take one bite, or sometimes even just one lick, and eventually you're gonna add up and you're gonna get there. This could mean when it comes to my podcasting or my social media journey, having 2 or 3 new podcast guests on per month. So like, even though I don't have control over who agrees to come on, and I don't have control over everyone's schedules, what I do have control over is my effort that I'm putting in to connect with people and to hopefully get them on the podcast.
Oh! Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, it's our good friend, George Costanza.
So do you guys get the picture now? Now on to the long-term goals. So these are going to be your wildest, biggest dreams possible. I want you guys to think as massively as you can. I want you guys to think beyond the scope of what others believe is possible.
People that are going to change their lives, the people that are going to recover their health, the people that are going to build their lives and start all over again from scratch are people who believe it's possible. The people who fail are the people who suffer from possibility blindness.
I want you guys to remember that you're all divinely sparked, incredibly made beings who have limitless potential to manifest whatever you want into your reality, and God is going to give you all the strength that you need to make these wildest dreams come true. And as I've said in the past, maybe those dreams will change, because oftentimes, as the famous quote goes, you plan, God laughs. So like, it is important to be able to adapt.
You need to be more flexible.
And to recognize what is part of your purpose, what is part of your path, what is part of that North Star, as my friend Josh described it when he came on the podcast, and which things are going to be detracting away from that, and which things are part of your higher purpose. So sometimes you might think that your purpose is one thing, but like as you go along your journey, it's important to not be resistant to anything that could actually be leading you towards a higher purpose. In my case, some of my biggest long-term goals could be things such as getting to 1 million subscribers. It could be doing some crazy dunks. It could be squatting 500 pounds. It could be jumping 45 inches. It could be having a best-selling book. It's also, of course, getting to beyond the healthiest self I could possibly get to. Getting to this place where I'm beyond better, because as I spoke about on here in the past, as James said, he already sees me as being all better. So I've tried to adopt that philosophy into my own mindset and see it as now I'm trying to get to beyond better. I'm trying to level up my whole life. It's becoming the best athlete I could. It's becoming the best friend I could. And all these things tie into my whole spiritual journey, into my growth as a person. I want to serve others. I want to serve God. I want to make the world a better place. And all these things, my goal is every day to get myself 0.1% closer to these goals. I realize how hard it is to see all the goals, to see the grand scope of these things. It can be scary sometimes to look at how far I still have to go. But remember, one of my favorite stories is the Stonecutter's Credo, which reads that oftentimes when the stonecutter is cutting into a block of wood, they could be at it for days, for weeks, for months, for years, but then all of a sudden, on the 101st blow, finally that stone breaks. But they know that it had very little to do with just the last blow. It was all 100 blows that came before it that did it. Powerful stuff right there. I probably paraphrased a little bit, and I probably butchered it a little bit, but like, you guys get the picture of what I'm saying. Anyways, you guys can take this, you guys could visualize all the aspects that I spoke about in today's video. You guys can write it all up on a document. You guys can turn this into your RX formula prescription for reaching your massive goals. Also, some more thoughts I want to add in. The main reason why I think that doing an exercise like this is helpful is because whenever we start to veer off the path
into the bell line. Gordon falling down, gets up quickly, but
or we become impatient, or we become overwhelmed by the massive size of these behemoths known as our goals.
This thing is a behemoth.
This could be just what we needed to remind us that we're on the path to getting there. We don't know how long it's going to take. Chances are we're going to need to tweak things along the way, but we have this outline, and so we can refer back to this whenever we need it. And remember, if you do the knockout goals for long enough, if you keep chopping things off the list when it comes to your short-term goals, those long-term goals are going to happen one way or another. I can't promise that every goal is going to happen the exact way that you see it happening right now, but like what I can promise is that you're going to get way further than the person who never tried, and you're going to get way more out of it, out of the whole process. And trust me, you will be fulfilled if you stick with this long enough. This is a reminder to myself too. This will be the path to fulfillment, to your purpose. Moving along, another point I want to make is that oftentimes the journey is actually the reward. When we do reach these goals, as I can visualize them happening in my head, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be this incredible feeling.
I have one thing to say to those non-believers. Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
But oftentimes, when we actually reach these massive goals, the feeling of pleasure is actually short-lived, whereas the real pleasure is going to come from the everyday grind, from knowing everything that you overcame every day, from knowing that you followed your purpose, that you did whatever it took, and that you were able to smile through the pain, to go through some really hard times, but you survived 100% of the bad days that you went through. Unfortunately, it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. Not saying that, like, you have to go through suffering in order to reach your goals, but like, on a lot of our paths, there are going to be difficulties, there are going to be trials and tribulations that we do have to overcome, and that's all part of this whole duality. That's all part of making the journey worth it. The journey can oftentimes be the reward. Also, it's super important to not neglect all of the inner work that's required in order to take this massive quantum leap. It can't only be a physical leveling up or a mental leveling up. It has to be both. It has to be totally holistic, as I'm always talking about, and it's not going to come by randomness. You have to become and transform yourself into the person who's on that wavelength of achieving those goals. Both inner world, outer world, manifest it, see the areas of your life that are detracting from it, and as always, remember why you started. That's going to be that North Star. That's going to be what keeps you on the path, what keeps you following your purpose. And one last thing I want to add in here is to be prepared for unexpected challenges along the way. But remember, these are not meant to be avoided. Oftentimes, these are actually showing you the path. These are actually giving you an opportunity to level up even more, to become your highest self. And so when we can adapt, when we can bring these in rather than shove them away, we can use them to our advantage and see them as like catapults rather than detractors on our journeys. Anyways, I really hope that this video helped you guys out. I hope that this video can serve as a reminder to you whenever you need it, that no matter how far away you are from achieving your goals, no matter how big they may seem, you can chunk them, you can break them down. They don't have to be these big scary things, and you can adapt to anything that gets thrown at you. You can see them as part of your path, part of your journey, part of your leveling up, part of your spiritual growth, and you have what it takes. Don't let time limit you, and I love you guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think of this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.